Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're looking into something that, well, maybe flies under the radar a bit, but it's actually super important for millions of entrepreneurs. We're talking about the global small business insurance market.
Yeah, it really is a foundational piece, isn't it? Kind of quietly helping SMEs, small and medium businesses, stay resilient and grow all over the world.
Right.
And understanding where it's heading. Well, that tells you a lot about global business itself.
And risk. And the direction is definitely up. The numbers here are pretty striking. So the global market size, it was $17.5 billion back in 2021.
Okay, substantial.
But look where it's projected to go.
Yeah.
$20.6 billion by 2025.
Wow.
And then, get this, $28.7 billion by 2033.
That's a big jump.
Yeah. It works out to a compound annual growth rate, a CAGR, of 4.2%.
And what's really interesting, I think, isn't just that it's growing, it's why it's growing.
Okay.
It seems tied to this rising awareness globally among the SMEs themselves.
Right.
They're realizing insurance isn't just, something you have to get or something you think about after something bad happens.
Right, not just reactive.
Exactly. It's becoming more proactive, part of solid risk management, thinking about business continuity, navigating all the rules and regulations.
Which can be complex.
Definitely.
Okay, so let's unpack this then. What's really fueling this growth around the world, and what does it tell us, maybe tell you listening, about business resilience today and what entrepreneurship might look like going forward?
Well, the sources definitely show some dynamic shifts between regions, some surprising hotspots, actually.
Oh, interesting. Where are we seeing the most action?
Well, in North America is still a huge player, obviously. Mature economy, established rules.
Makes sense.
Yeah. The projections show it hitting $7.2 billion by 2033.
Okay.
And the U.S. makes up a big chunk of that, like $5.1 billion.
Wow.
But Canada and Mexico are growing nicely, too. CGRs of 4.7% and 5.2%.
So even in a developed market, there's still strong growth.
Exactly. It suggests, the SME sector there is still expanding, getting more formalized.
In Europe, how does it compare?
Europe's also very strong. You've got the big economies like Germany, the UK, France anchoring it.
Right.
Germany, for instance, is looking at about $1.67 billion by 2033. The UK has a solid 5% CGR.
Okay.
But here's a little twist. The rest of Europe category, lots of developing economies in there. They're actually growing faster, a 5.4% CAGR.
Faster than the big guys. What does that tell us?
Well, it suggests things are speeding up there. Faster adoption of insurance, maybe faster market development overall.
Why would that be?
It could be linked to rapid digital transformation in those areas, maybe new laws encouraging SME growth.
Oh, okay.
So businesses might be getting insurance earlier, perhaps using these newer, easier digital platforms.
A digital angle seems key. What about Asia Pacific? That's often a huge growth story.
It is here, too. Poised to contribute over $9.9 billion by 2033.
Wow, nearly $10 billion.
Yeah. China's the leader there, expected to reach $3.85 billion.
Okay.
But you also see Japan, India, South Korea making big contributions.
And India. I heard something about India specifically.
Yes, India really stands out. It's got one of the fastest surges in demand from small businesses, a 5.1% CAGR.
That's impressive.
It really signals that its entrepreneurial ecosystem is maturing fast, driven by, a very tech-savvy small business sector now.
So the tech adoption is helping drive insurance adoption.
I think so. You see this booming startup culture, rapid uptake of digital payments.
Right.
And that creates demand for specific insurance products, stuff tailored for, tech micro-enterprises.
So it's a mix of economic development and tech leaping ahead.
Exactly. They feed into each other and expand the insurance market.
Okay. India's acceleration is definitely one to watch. But it's not just the usual economic powerhouses driving this, is it?
No, not at all. The sources also point to South America, Africa, the Middle East as significant growth areas.
Africa. What's happening there?
Africa is actually emerging as the fastest growing region, an amazing 6.8% CAGR.
6.8%.
Wow. Yeah. Countries like Nigeria and South Africa,
Yeah.
they're projected to basically triple their market revenue by 2033.
Triple. How's that happening in regions sometimes seen as having less developed financial infrastructure.
Well, that might be why, in a way, they're often leapfrogging.
What do you mean?
They're using mobile-first strategies, localized microinsurance innovations delivered via phones.
Bypassing the old systems.
Pretty much. Plus, governments are realizing how vital SMEs are for jobs and diversifying economies. So you see policy changes encouraging businesses to become formal, which then encourages insurance uptake. Digitized solutions make it way more accessible.
That's a really powerful dynamic. Going straight to digital.
Mm-hmm.
And the Middle East. What's the story there?
Saudi Arabia, UAE, Qatar, they're really pushing the regional growth, all growing above 5% CAGR.
Also very strong.
Yeah, and it's largely down to, again, digitized insurance options and governments being proactive with SME policies.
So government action and tech adoption seem to be the magic combo.
They really are critical drivers, absolutely. The Middle East is a great example of how that top-down policy support plus rapid digital development can formalize a market and integrate services like insurance very quickly, especially as they look beyond oil.
Okay, so we've got these diverse growth stories, this global push towards digital.
Yeah.
What does this actually mean for insurance itself? How it's delivered, the kinds of products we're seeing?
It means everything is changing, fundamentally.
Yeah.
Digital transformation is hitting every part of it. It's not just buying a policy online anymore.
Right.
We're seeing things like AI being used for risk assessment, getting much more precise, dynamic pricing, and lots of API integrations, embedding insurance seamlessly into other business tools.
Like what? Give me an example.
Well, imagine an e-commerce platform that just automatically offers cyber liability cover to the businesses selling on it.
I see. Built right in.
Yeah, exactly.
And this sounds like it moves beyond just those big standard insurance packages.
Totally. Insurers are getting much more flexible, offering affordable, tech-enabled policies.
Tailored, baby.
Very tailored. It's not just broad cover. It's meeting the specific, sometimes quite nuanced needs of, say, a startup or a micro business.
So maybe bundling cyber cover with general liability just for an online shop.
Precisely. Or offering on-demand insurance for people in the gig economy. Highly specific, accessible solutions.
And you mentioned governments earlier. Are they playing a role here too?
Definitely. Especially after the pandemic, there's been a bigger push from governments to protect SMEs.
Wow.
Well, sometimes encouraging, sometimes actively incentivizing them to get insurance.
Yep.
Which just adds more fuel to these market changes.
Right. So wrapping this up a bit, this deep dive really shows how small business insurance has gone from maybe being seen as a bit niche to being absolutely foundational, a pillar for SME resilience globally.
Yeah, it's not just about bouncing back after something goes wrong anymore.
It's more proactive.
It's about enabling growth, helping innovation, building confidence across entire entrepreneurial ecosystems. It's become essential.
So the future looks pretty bright for this sector.
I'd say so, both promising and frankly profitable for everyone involved.
Policyholders, insurers.
Policyholders get security, insurers get opportunities to innovate, investors see growth potential.
Yeah.
And if you zoom out,
Okay.
all this regional growth we talked about, North America's maturity, Africa's incredible surge thanks to mobile and policy shifts, the Middle East leveraging digital and reforms.
Right, all those different stories.
It just underlines how adaptive this market is and how vital it's becoming everywhere for all sorts of different business environments.
Okay, so that leaves a really interesting question for you, the listener, to think about. As this global awareness of risk just keeps growing, and digital tech keeps changing how small businesses actually work, how will small business insurance itself have to evolve? Especially to protect that next wave of businesses, maybe the tiny micro-enterprises, the startups that live entirely online or operate across borders. What will that protection need to look like?